What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip and welcome back to another video. So let's talk about Boonboomger episode 36 because it was actually, one of the better episodes in recent weeks. But I'll get to why it's, an enjoyable episode later. So what I'm gonna do is summarize what happened in this video. And in order to do that, to be sure, I have to remind everyone that there may be some spoilers ahead. So I highly recommend that you watch Boonboomger episode 36. Make sure you've caught up on all the latest episodes before you continue on with this video. Again, because there are going to be some spoilers, so please be advised. Now, with that said, let's get on with summarizing this video. And before talking about why I like, this episode. So we start off actually with a giant robo fight, and of course the Boonboomgers immediately win. And right off the bat, so we have this big boss battle, or rather, robot battle. They win, and everything's back to normal. So we focus on Mira in this episode. So she goes back to her part-time job. So she has a different part-time job right now. She has various part-time jobs, but in this episode, she actually works for Toys R Us. So, yep, because Toys R Us is actually a big sponsor of, toy tokusatsu shows, but we'll get to more, we'll get to more of that in a minute. So she goes back to work, and everybody loves her. Apparently, everybody knows that Mira is Boom Pink. Well, I guess we could see it in, previous episodes where, like, she hands over, like, not necessarily like an IOU card or, a slip of paper to her boss. Like she'll be back in a minute. I got some Boonboomger duties to do. So she's got that going for her. So she gets back. Her boss, is quite a fan, and all of the customers also say like, "Hey, it's Boom Pink," and again, that's still just Mira, herself. So everybody knows again that she is Boom Pink. Now we have another character in this story. So working with Mira is one of her closest friends named Aki, who, according to Mira, she has been friends with since like middle school days. So somehow, as a work policy, so during work, or while Mira's at work, so Aki asks Mira to take off the boom changer, and Mira willingly hands it over to Aki. So like, okay, can you keep this for me, like type of situation. So Aki is, I don't know, I wouldn't really say she's the opposite of Mira. So like she looked spaced out for a little bit, and her boss like, I asked you to do something earlier, and say, of course she apologizes. Don't worry, I'll do it. Go do something else. So, well, of course, if you're an employee, you're kind of, you're kind of gonna get disappointed, like, oh, I should have done that earlier. But anyways, so of course, work is done. So Mira and Aki head home, and along the way, so Mira, crosses paths with Taya and Ishiro. So she introduces Aki to, the other Boonboomgers, and of course, Mira openly also says, "Oh, these are also Boonboomgers" to Aki, and Aki says, "Oh, like I gotta go somewhere," and well, actually, a few seconds before that, so realizing that they are also Boonboomgers, so Aki looks inside her bag, and apparently Mira's Boom changer is still in there. So she forgot to hand it to Mira after work, but upon seeing the other Boonboomgers, she actually decides not to give it to Mira. So that's why she suddenly says, "Oh, like, oh, I gotta go now. Bye." So, like, she decides to run off with Mira's Boonboomger in hand. So, the enemies appear, and the second, not necessarily second, but like actually there are two uh, Kurumajus that kind of reappear in this episode. So so the enemies appear. So Mira realizes that she doesn't have her Boom Boom Changer with her, and then Aki appears wearing the Boom Boom Changer. She tries to transform, but actually doesn't know how. Like we see, like we see Aki press the uh, switch on the Boonboomger 3 times, but she forgot a very important part of the transformation process, which I'll get to later. So she fails, and well, the other Boonboomgers try to handle the situation while they ask Mina to take Aki to a safe place. Now, this is where we learn about Aki's backstory. So she she's a member of an acting troupe, and there's a flashback where Mira sees her dancing on stage, and Mira admires Aki for what she does. However, Aki admits that she isn't really doing well with the acting troupe, and apparently her parents decide, or her parents tell her to come back home, get another job, find a more stable job, and things like that. So she admits to Mina that she's moving away uh, in order to do that. But again, so this is a heart-to-heart talk between Mira and Aki. So this is where Mira mentions that, I've always looked up to you, like you were shining on stage, and like it's too soon to give up. So, upon realizing that, so Aki decides, here, now I'm giving you back the Boom Boom Changer. But in fact, Mira actually, you want to try. Um, so going back to earlier, right? So I did mention that Aki tried to transform into Boom Pink. However, she forgot the tire part on the Boom Boom Changer, which Mira actually tells her, like, you forgot to roll this. So, so by telling that, so she actually gives Aki an opportunity to try and become Boom Pink, because Aki thinks that by becoming a Boonboomger, her life might change, because Mira mentions how her life changed after becoming Boom Pink, right? But again, upon realizing her mistake, so Aki decides, like, nah, you are Boom Pink, and you are the only one who can do this. So, okay, Mina takes the Boom Boom Changer back, transforms into Boom Pink, and kicks serious butt. So, using the Boom Boom Patrol car number 2, so she's actually able to create a clone of herself and, kick butt, and everybody charges her so she can kick more butt. And, of course, robots, so the enemies turn giant, they summon the champion trailer, and Boom Boom champion, or Boom Boom Robo champion. So they defeat they defeat the enemies, they save the day, and everybody is happy. So in the end, so Aki does actually move out of her apartment. So again, go back to her parents' place maybe, and find a more stable job. But she tells Mira that she's not giving up just yet, so she can try again someday. And of course, so Mira borrowing Taya's car, so I'm gonna send you off, so let's go. So that's where the episode ends. Now for the review part. It was quite a mouthful, so let me take a breather. So so the most interesting parts of this episode, so, are the guest appearances. So Aki, so Mira's close friend, maybe best friend. So she's played by Hinako Mori, who was actually Flint to Kaiser, if you remember, from Zenkaiger. And she's actually appeared in another Toei Tokusatsu, which is called The High School Heroes, which is actually Toei's second attempt at a parody Super Sentai. A more interesting fact about that is that, you know, when she appeared in the High School Heroes, she was also, appearing in Zenkaiger at the same time. So she was part of an official Sentai show and an unofficial Sentai show at the same time. So really, blows my mind. And the fact that she was actually back for Boonboomger even as a guest character. So, you know, everybody like lost their minds the moment she was announced that she would be in Boonboomger episode 36, and at least pictures on X show her holding the Boom Boom changer, like, oh my god, is she going to transform into Boom Pink? This is, however, my disappointment comes in, because if you notice, I never mentioned that Aki transforms. So, well, I did mention that she, failed to transform because she didn't know how, really. And when Mira actually decides to give her the chance to become Boom Pink, she refuses and gives back the Boom Boom Changer. Again, very, very disappointing. Like, I do understand, like, on a moral standpoint, like the moral lesson of the story, like, again, like it was a good thing, but as someone who was expecting that kind of payoff where she actually transforms at least once, and you know, well, she does learn her lesson, and everybody's happy in the end. Again, like everybody was hoping for her to transform into Boom Pink, and because there were two Boom Pinks, in like the promotional or the preview pictures on Boonboomger's official X account. So again, everybody was thinking like, oh, there might be another Boom Changer available for for Aki to use, which also didn't happen. So again, going back to what I said earlier, so Mira used the Boom Boom Patrol car number 2 to clone herself, and this is how we got the double Boom Pink action. So again, this is not necessarily a bad thing, but uh, again, like you were hoping for Hinako to transform into Boom Pink, and well, you know everybody was hoping that she would transform and fight. So with that aside, so another guest character that I guess everybody loved seeing also would be the manager of the Toys R Us shop that Mira and Aki were working at. So the manager of the Toys R Us shop is actually the same person who was Tsuyoshi Kijuno's boss. Kiji Brothers' boss in Dawn Brothers. So he is boss to another Pink Ranger this season. So again, like rehiring the actor, even though again he's a guest character. So like again, also a boss to another Pink Ranger is another mind blowing moment. So good job Toei with that. You should have at least allowed yeah. So I think I may have made a mistake. So Hinami Mori. So I've been saying Hinako Mori, but I don't know, like conflagration. But anyways, so letting Flint. I'll just call her Flint, so we don't have any confusion. I think that's the safest way to get around this. So let Flint to Kaiser, or sorry, let Flint Gold Tweaker transform into Boom Pink, even just once. At least she did transform in, Zenkaiger and in the Zenkaiger versus Gokaiger special. Yeah, I guess we have that at least. But these two guest things are phenomenal in my opinion. Now, I mentioned earlier that most of the part-time job scenes were filmed at a Toys R Us location. So, well, I understand that in the United States, where Toys R Us basically came from, the shop is basically gone, right? So I think their brick and mortar shops have closed down completely, and maybe in some smaller branches. I don't know. There may still be some smaller branches open, but in Japan, like if you go to a shopping mall, like especially like a store chain called Eon, they have Toys R Us shops. I've been to, I've been to one at least. So yep, they're still very big in Japan, and because Toys R Us is, a sponsor of the show, so you know, I understand that tokusatsu shows in general are considered as basically 20 to 30 minute toy advertisements, and well, again, I have mentioned that because Toys R Us is a sponsor of the show, it's not going to be surprising that you not only do like toy advertisements, but you advertise the toy store itself. Uh, and they even have Jeffrey the giraffe appear on set. Of course, it's a costume, but if I remember correctly, this isn't the first time that Toys R Us has been explicitly featured in a Toei Tokusatsu. I'm not sure, but it would have been another Sentai show in in recent years. So again, I'm not sure which one, but like I know that this isn't the first time that Toys R Us, was explicitly, featured in a Toy Tokusatsu. But again, because they are a sponsor, you know, yeah, uh, they have the right to appear anyway. So, with that said, uh, like again, the disappointing part for me, at least personally, is that Aki never actually transforms. But I did get it, like what they're trying to do with the character, like even just once, like let another person, transform. I mean, they've done this in older like Sentai shows. Like the first time I remember, like in Kosok Sentai Turbo Ranger, so there's apparently like a sixth a sixth member who also received the fairy powers from Ceylon, and he transformed into the second blue turbo, but in the end, so he returned the uh, you know turbo changer to Yohei, so blue turbo. I so that I think is the first time like another person transformed into an existing ranger, and I think the more recent ones would be in um I think the more recent ones would be in Dawn Brothers actually. So we see well at least in an alternate timeline episode. So there's a different Oni sister. Uh, we see a Sato brother, who, like the previous Sato brother before Shinichi, and another Inu brother, like when Tsubasa like lost his, actually Tsubasa passed on his, his Dawn Blaster, I believe, so that he can continue hiding his identity, if I remember that episode correctly. But nonetheless, like other people transformed into Boom Boom, not Boom, just Dawn Brothers. Sorry about that. So yeah, so it's not the first time that it's happened, but again, someone who we hope to see transform into a ranger, like considering that she has been, in another Super Sentai show, like again, like not actually letting her transform, it was really disappointing. And again, I do understand that what the writers were trying to do, but you know, that's just me. But overall, again, like it was actually an enjoyable episode, so I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Again, like basically a solid episode. Like guest actors, like again, like returning from other or previous Sentai entries. Again, you also can't go wrong with the action sequences. So all in all, it's still a solid episode to watch. Again, if my personal choice. So this is still affected by my own personal opinion. So maybe if Flint transformed into Boom Pink, this would have been like a perfect episode, like using or again like your expectations have been rewarded, but in this case, no. So yeah, it's not perfect in my opinion. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. So what do you think of Boonboomger episode 36? Let me know. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Please do leave please do leave a like, comment, share this video, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you next time.